Go live. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, also known as The Record of the Ragnarok. Chapter 78. Chapter 78, a live reaction. The chapter apparently dropped today, and I was very busy today. I'm going to be very busy tomorrow. And I'm exhausted right now, but you know what? I feel like this is going to be a big chapter. I didn't want to put it off until like Monday after work, you know what I mean? I feel like that, like I knew I had a little bit of spare time here in between, you know, I got a couple hours to spare. I was going to use it for downtime, but fuck it, I'm a workaholic. So let's talk about it. All right, so I've already seen the chapter title. That's all I've seen. But the chapter title is The Sun God versus the Rebellious Hero. I think it's pretty obvious because, you know, and it's 56 pages long. These are the facts that I currently know. These are the facts I currently know. And that's not a spoiler. That's not really a spoiler. I would have found out in 5 minutes anyways. But, so, I would say it's pretty obvious who the sun god is. I would say it's pretty obvious. It's Apollo, right? So Apollo's match is up next. The rebellious hero, however, that literally could be anybody. I mean, let's be real here. You know, you could look at Leonidas as a rebellious hero, Okita as a rebellious hero, Rasputin as a rebellious hero. You could look at a lot of people. But everyone's expecting the sniper fight with that. You know what I mean? Everyone's expecting the sniper fight. I was never a fan, and you guys know this. I was never a huge fan of the whole Apollo has to fight Simo. Like, I like the idea of a close-range fighter versus a long-range fighter. A close-range fighter trying to get close to the sniper to beat the advantage, right? Sort of like, even though people don't like it so much, but Gun Gale Online, you know, the Sword Art Online, like Season 2, with the Gun Gale shit, it's like, yeah, snipers are some of the top tiers, but the danger is that their long range is their specialty. Once you get in close, they're not as adept at dealing with situations. So, I never prescribed to that theory, really. It was a little obvious. You know, sort of like I'm still not 100% convinced that Leonidas is going to fight Odin. It's the popular fan theory, but it's not the one that I'm personally subscribed to quite yet. So the rebellious hero, that could mean a lot of characters. Nostradamus would be considered a rebellious hero from this interpretation that we know. So there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit there. 56 pages. I assume we're going to find out who's fighting in this round. Who's fighting in round goddamn 9 now. And can it not surpass the best rounds, but can it make us forget? Can it make us forget 6 and 7? More so 7. Can it make us do that? We're going to have to wait and see. Let's check in with the chat here. Yada, yada, yada. Joseph's in here. Hi, Joseph says, first. Indeed you are. Joseph also said this chapter alone destroys so many fan theories. Ooh. Interesting. Very interesting. By the way, we have 5 people in here, but only 3 likes. I like even odds, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the stream. Irene says, really like this chapter. Well, that's a good sign. And also says, yeah, so many fan theories were taken down, which I think is a good thing. Exactly. People like to call it the red herring. Red herrings is a fantastic storytelling tool to subvert expectations, but usually done in a better way. Nowadays, red herring has become a term to mean more so that if it's not what the fans thought it was, then sometimes it's bad. You know, there's been that. There's been that, right? So I like the idea, if Joseph and Rainey are correct, that so many fan theories were taken down. Maybe it's one of mine. Maybe it's even one of mine. And I'm totally happy with that. I like a story. As long as it's good, I don't mind being tricked. I don't mind being wrong. I'm wrong all the goddamn time. As a reviewer on YouTube, I am wrong with my reactions and my reviews and my expectations more than I'm right. And even though I'm right a lot, I'm wrong probably more. That does not take away my enjoyment of a series. In fact, that's a good thing. Because if it's so obvious who the killer is in every murder mystery, would anybody finish the book? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, this is fantastic. If this... I'm now, you guys have made me hype. I know nothing about this chapter other than the title and the page number. You guys have now made me pumped. With these few comments alone, I'm getting pumped up. I'm like, and I'm exhausted. I only had 3 hours of sleep in the last 48 hours. So, you know, I'm getting pumped up here. I'm actually getting pumped. So let's, well, I lie. I had 3.5 hours of sleep. Not 3. Let's see. So we also, by the way, 7 people in here and only 4 likes. Come on, people. Let's go. Let's go. We'll finish up with the chat and then we'll start the reaction. Joseph says, I'm really not sure how to feel about this fight, but I'm glad to finally see Apollo since he's one of my favorite spelt wrong deities in mythology. Granted, I did say that it's pretty obvious that the sun god is Apollo, but Joseph, remember, don't spoil anything. You know, the sun god, that could have been a red herring in itself. The chapter title being the sun god, and it's not Apollo. I made an assumption, but now I know that Apollo's here, and he's in the round. So, for the sake of having a thoroughly 100%, what's the word I'm looking for, live reaction? Authentic. An authentic 100% live reaction. I appreciate no more information. Thank you. Joseph says, all the hype and hope for Okita versus Loki out the window. Well, I think I just got spoiled then, so it's Okita. Yeah, maybe shouldn't have read the chat. All right, so guys, unfortunately, this isn't going to be an oh. I mean, I did bring up that Okita would be a rebellious hero because he was. Shinsengumi were the rebellion. That was a distinct possibility. But yeah, Joseph, in the future, don't do that, please, until I'm done reading the chapter. You've been around here long enough to know better than that. So it's pretty obvious what's happening. Sorry to everybody. Sorry, Joseph made a blunder. It's all right. It's all good. My hype's died down a little bit now. I was sort of curious on where they were going with that direction with the rebellious hero, but all right. Realist Medell said, I wish I could wipe the memory of round 7 from my mind. Me fucking too. Irene said, you can try to forget round 7 until season 3 comes along to remind you. It's true. Mutira Packaging. Mutira Packaging. Welcome. Says, disappointed because my fan theory got destroyed. I mean, that's it. It's still a deal, man. Mutira Packaging. I mean, you can be disappointed. You know what I mean? Like some of my fan theories in multiple series. Sometimes I think that that's better. Sometimes my idea is I would think better, but sometimes it's worse, right? So, I mean, I understand being disappointed, but it is what it is. Luann's in here. Hi, Luann. Said, did you start yet? Nope, not yet. The title gives the god away, but hopefully you aren't spoiled on the human. I think I just was. So, yeah, and I see that Joseph said it's not Okita, so, okay, wait a minute, then Loki, alright, I have no idea what's going on. Alright, so I think the hype's back a little bit because, Luann just asked, did we start yet? I said no, the title gives away, the sun god was pretty obvious being, you know, Apollo. The rebellious hero could be a lot of different characters. But according to Joseph, all the hype and hope for Okita versus Loki just went out the window. that probably means the rebellious hero, Shinsengumi, first captain, would be Okita. But then Joseph just said, it's not Okita. So I'm confused as fuck right now, not gonna lie, guys. I am confused. And we're getting a bunch of hearts. I don't know where these heart things come from in the live chat. I don't know if you guys see them or they're a figment of my imagination, but whatever. Rainey said something that was retracted. Luann said just delete the massages. I mean, don't delete a massage. I know it's messages. Joseph says, sorry, Griever. Yeah, no big deal. But you've been here a long time, Joseph. You know better. So here's my stern, full finger. I won't give you the middle finger. You don't deserve that. I'll give you a stern index finger. Ooh. That's what I'll give you. That's what I'll give you. That's what you get. You got a stern index finger. That's what you got. And you deserved it, and you know it. You know it. All right, so Tenryo says, despite my disappointment in the matchup, the chapter was still fun. Awesome. Kane says, Joseph said, I didn't mean to spoil. Yeah, once again, you know that when I do a stream, it's a reaction, so talking anything in regards to the chapter is basically spoiler. Joseph, let's be real, you know better. I mean, it's all good, but you know better. I understand you're hyped. I understand you want to talk about it. But yeah, the stream just started. So anyways, we've delayed long enough. We've delayed long enough. Let's just get underway. So apparently it's this chapter 78. 56 pages, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. 3.5 hours of sleep is plenty in the last 48 to get through 56 pages of Shuumatsu no Valkyrie. Let's fucking go. That hype enough for everybody? Okay, let's go. What the fuck is this? I mean, it makes sense. A floating island held up by the strongest animal in existence, the Canadian goose. The Canadian goose is the most dangerous predator on Earth. It always has been. And now there is a triple threat. There is a Cerberus of Canadian geese holding up this floating platform of greatness. I am terrified to learn who lives here, because anyone who can command the respect of Canadian geese, command the respect of the Canadian goose as a whole, deserves all our respect. All right. Chapter 78, the sun god and not Okita, but probably Okita. Let's go. Depressing. So depressing. All right, it's Ares. Ares walking forth with Hermes and Zeus. They were pulled by carriages. Okay, so Cinderella's here too. Awesome. Let's see. I see some Pegasus in the background. That's nice. Fun fact, a lot of people mistaken that Pegasus have the unicorn horn. No, unicorns have the unicorn horn. Pegasus only have the wings. And then there are creatures that go by many names. I can't think of any on the top of my head. That have both the unicorn horn and Pegasus wings. But they are exclusive to each other, generally speaking. So Hermes says, too much stress can cause you to lose hair, I think I'm alright. I got out of the shower like half an hour ago, so my hair is sort of like Einstein at the moment. But Hermes, I don't want to do that. I don't want hair loss. I'm only 32, man. Don't scare me like that. Immortal son of a bitch. Ares is freaking out right now. 4 wins, 4 losses. We're in such a crucial position. And our next fighter's a guy like him? Alright. I mean, he's such a narcissist and a pretty boy. Okay, so it's funny because they had that in the Hercules, not Heracles because it was spelled differently, but the Hercules Disney movie. Narcissus discovered himself. And he's holding up a mirror, one of the gods in the Disney movie, and he's he's holding up a mirror to himself, ignoring everybody around him, and just, oh yeah, yeah. So they're gonna, I kind of hope that he's like the purple skinned Narcissus from from the Hercules Disney movie. That would be hilarious. Because Apollo was badass in that movie. But it'd be funny if he's a narcissist pretty boy. I just hate him. Let's go. And Zeus, whoa, it's true. He's hard one to grasp, but not all at all serious. But he is strong. I'm surprised. No Athena. Why isn't Athena, chosen? And where is she? That being said, where's Persephone? So, anyways, so they walk up and Heracles' hairstyle, and there's women and a dude and okay, there's it's not Heracles, but it was a statue with a raven and a wolf, and man, this is just paradise. All right, so is this Apollo? It seems like someone is having such fun, says Zeus on the next page. All right, so I assume this is Apollo, and he is just chilling in a bath with naked women. Looks like a bit of a hot spring, seems steam's rising. So he's chilling in an amazing hot spring or hot tub with a bunch of naked broads that obviously have the big tatas. I mean, let's be real. We do not want to be him right now. You can be jealous and envious all you want, but at the end of the day, nobody's turning that shit down. Let's be real. I mean, I have to because I'm married, but I can live vicariously through any single people out there who have the option of wishing for that. I was a younger man once. I was not attached at the hip once. I remember back in my day. Alright, so actually I've never been in an outdoor hot tub, I don't think. No. I've been in indoor hot tubs. But yeah, no, I've never been in an outdoor hot tub, so that would be kind of cool. I've never been in a hot spring or an outdoor hot tub. Huh. What's this? All right. And Ares is losing his shit. I assume it's Paul. That little, what the hell is he doing when we're in such dire straits? Oh, he gets out of the bath. Is that you there? Ares freaking out. If it isn't Ares, my godly good fellow. And 12 gods of Olympus, Apollo, Greece. Of course, we can't show his massive shalom. But what the hell is he wearing on his head? What are we doing here? I mean, elsewise, he's what I sort of expected Apollo to look like, I guess. But what's with the backwards? I don't even know what that is on his head. I have no bloody clue. Alright, so let's see. So he gets out of the bath. So what's this all about? It's not every day you come to see me. Oh, cover up. Cover your front, you idiot. Alright, so Ares is sort of like, he might be bigger, stronger, faster, and more muscular and manly looking than Apollo. But by the sounds of it, Ares is just pissed off because Apollo has it where it counts. Obviously in the brain. Obviously, he's much more intelligent, right? Let's see. Come on, this way, my friend. Let's get in together. Oh, so Apollo wants to chill with Ares. So Ares can't stand him and Apollo wants to... I will like this dynamic if that's the case. If Apollo always wants to hang out with Ares, he's like, Ares, my great good friend, my brother, how are you? And stuff. And he's legit like that, and Ares just wants nothing to do with him. Let's get in together. You're no friend of mine, Apollo. Oh, please, you can be honest. You like me, don't you? You absolute moron. Oh, he's going to try to strike him, huh? Stop clinging on to me. Boom. Oh, he got out of that pretty quick. Oh-ho. And boom, into the bath goes Ares. And then Apollo jumps back in. Ah ha 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 ha. Well, feels great, right? So, what's brought you here, Gramps? I like that they call him Gramps even though they're technically his children. You know, like he's their dad, even though they call him Gramps. Anyways, you will be going next in Ragnarok. Well, that was pretty obvious, huh? Didn't know you were still at that. Apollo has, if that's legit, Apollo has not cared. He doesn't even know if Ragnarok's still ongoing. That will be amazing. That will be amazing if he literally is telling the truth. That will be so cool. I will like that. A god that literally doesn't care. A god way more arrogant than Zeus or Shiva, to the point of just thinking, there's no fucking way. Entertain their idea. I heard a rumor about Ragnarok. Wasn't even bothered. It didn't interest him. Didn't even turn on the television. And just sat back and went, oh, wait. It's sort of like my wife. She's not a sports fan, right? So if I told her, yeah, the football's still going on right now, she'd be like, oh, football, it's still going on, blah, blah, blah. But if I told her, I'm like, you know, like she has no concept of the football season and when it ends. In any, like in the months. I could tell her football was starting next month. She'd probably believe me. She would probably believe me because she's just so disconnected from sports. So that's sort of the level Apollo is going with. And that's actually awesome that some gods would... It actually makes a lot of sense that some gods would be like, Ragnarok is a fucking joke. Remember the attitude of all these gods at the beginning of the series. Bringing up Ragnarok was a joke to begin with. That rule was written as a joke. I mean, so the fact that one of them literally was arrogant enough to not even bother to watch or know what's going on, literally camel head in sand, it actually makes a lot of sense. Apollo's character is definitely doing it for me right now. I don't know what the fuck he's wearing on his head. Whatever that hat is, it's ridiculous. He's wearing like a Pinocchio night cap, but it's like to the side or something. I don't know what the fuck he's wearing. Anyways, we should catch up with the chat though, because I've read 10 pages already, but I assume there's a lot of people chatting. And we have 10 people in here. Oh shit, it dropped to 9. Shit. What did I do? Why did people leave me? So we have 9 people in here and only 6 likes. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the stream and the reaction. Or just my general silliness. Alright, so let's go. Let's catch up with the chat so we can continue this chapter. That's so far. Alright. Joseph said, I really didn't think that saying Okita versus Okita versus Loki would even be considered a spoiler. Well, if you said that it's like, you have to understand the implication there, Joseph. By you saying that this chapter destroys that Okita versus Loki is not going to happen, it implies that the human fighter in this round against Apollo is going to be Okita. The only way that Okita versus Loki doesn't happen is either Okita or Loki fight somebody else, or one of them dies in this chapter. So that's the only way. So yeah, that's why it was considered a spoiler, just for future. Mark, the top fabricator, is in here. Hi Mark, how you doing, my man? Says, part 2 of the second season of Record Ragnarok is coming out on July 12th. Yes, and yeah, I gotta get Netflix back for that. Fuck. I don't really want to give money to those goddamn cocksuckers, but I'm probably going to have to, just so I can watch it dubbed like I like, because I like the dub, you know. Joseph said, yeah, I'm super excited to see the rest of the anime. I am too. Luann said, I mean, really, if you're going to have floating islands, you might as well have geese. I mean, right? Joseph said, horses with both wings and horns are called alicorns. I've heard that word. I've heard a couple of words. I've heard a couple of names for them, like under terminology and shit. Irene said, Joseph, is basically just the timing. Saying Okita vs. Loki was destroyed before Griever knows who the human fighter is will give him a hint. Exactly. That's what we're saying. Tenryo says those islands are obviously floating because of Shiki from One Piece. Tenryo has solved the mystery, ladies and gentlemen. Shiki is the Canadian goose god from One Piece that we didn't expect, but we needed. The true lurking legend. Joseph said, well, because Apollo was given away by the title, and because most of us thought it was going to be Okita and Loki, I didn't think he would take it as me saying Okita was the next human. You understand the way you were saying it was saying that Okita versus Loki is now destroyed, as in that fight won't happen. That implies the human fighter against Apollo was Okita. Everybody else following me on this one? I don't know. Janeth Baina, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name there, says, hello, dear Griever. How are you? Swell, my dear. Absolutely swell. How are you? Exhausted as fuck, but elsewise pretty good. Rainy says, I like Apollo's design. I do. It's simplistic. I just wish I knew what that headgear was supposed to represent or be. Though I didn't really have any expectations of what he would look like. I was literally hoping Hercules Disney movie, purple skin with a badass helmet and a flame chariot. That's literally what I was hoping, but is what it is. Tenryo said, this Apollo feels like he has Adonis DNA in him. Have to wait and see. Joseph said, by the way, that statue in the middle of the pool has the same pose as one of Apollo's real-life statues. Ah, excellent, excellent. Makes sense, makes sense. Mutiara Packaging says, Apollo seems bisexual. How so? Because he was affectionate with another man? I don't know, man. Or woman. Assumptions just get us there. A man can hug another man. It's all good. You know. You can be overly... I know a bunch of dudes that are overly affectionate. You know, they'll hug you from the back. Hey, my brother, what's up? And stuff like that. 100% straight. So, a bit of a leap there, but maybe later on in the chapter we're going to get that indication. Considering he was bathing with all women by the looks of the pool, I didn't go through it with a fine tooth, but I'm assuming his preference is female. Though then again, from the bisexuals I've talked to, a lot of them do have a preference, even if they're bisexual. It's not exactly a 50-50 split. Like, oh, I'm bisexual, meaning, you know, my hot tub would be filled with exactly 50% women and 50% men. A lot of them do have a preference. Like, I'm bisexual, but majority I date men, or majority I date women, you know? So, yeah. Possible. Mark said, apparently Apollo is supposed to be into women and men, so it makes sense that they would play it like that with Ares. Oh, I did not know that. If that's the case, I apologize. But, I mean, it's fine, whatever, if he's bisexual. It just seems like he seemed to be more of a ladies' man on the first impression. He seems more like a sports guy, you know? I mean, locker room is a different breed of man. I'm just saying. Jay Warrior said Apollo is exactly as I expected him to be. Not me. I expected him to be a hardened warrior. Not this lovable goof, but let's go. Mutiara Packaging said, which is fine. Exactly. Caden said, I honestly don't like Apollo. He gives off heavy mythological Zeus vibes, if you get what I mean. And he was like that also in Greek mythology anyways. I mean, as I said, I need to see more of him so far. He seems to be the more like high energy, childlike goof of a character more than anything so far. Joe said, well, he has both male and female lovers. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to state this right now. Remember to separate the mythology that exists on Wikipedia and in the encyclopedia, if anybody remembers what those are, from this interpretation of the series. Apollo could come out as absolutely gay and never touched a woman in his life in this series. That's totally against everything we know about the mythology. But we'd have to accept that in this series if they decided to paint that picture. So let's just remember that, like, yeah, the basis of the character is based in the mythology, but as we've seen from many characters up to this point in over 70 chapters, completely OG original shit has happened. Look no further than Zero Fuku as a fucking whole character, and look at Heracles' backstory. Two great examples of something just completely has nothing to do with the mythology whatsoever. It was all scrapped, and they just did their own thing. So you can make your theories and expectations, and I'm not saying people shouldn't, but let's just remember that. We also have 12 people in here and only 8 likes. I'd love to see that double-digit likes if you guys are enjoying the stream. 100%. So Mark says Apollo has a towel on his head. Oh, is that what it is? He's just wearing a towel on his head? Okay, cool. Realist Medell said Apollo's lovers tend to die a lot. Do they? All right. I don't know a whole lot about Apollo, not going to lie. I know quite a bit about Greek mythology. Don't know a lot about Apollo. Kane said 100%. Rainey said, to be fair, most gods thought it would be a 7-0 victory. Exactly. But this motherfucker was bold enough to just not even care to turn on the television and watch the goddamn game. You know? Hey, the Super Bowl's happening. Seriously don't give a fuck. You know? Like, not giving a fuck to the point of just literally not even turning on the television or listening to the radio in the morning and finding out how it's going. Kane said, what do you mean most gods, all the gods thought it was going to be a 7-0 sweep? That's my point. Let's see. So Joseph said, Apollo is just that full of himself and with his women. Apparently. Kane said, this is all just to agree that the Cowboys are the worst football team in the league after the Browns and the Raiders. 5 rings, motherfucker. 5 rings. Just gonna... Yeah. Just gonna say 5 rings. Kane said, this is why I hope Apollo gets dog walked. Alright. Kane said, because of his cockiness. Well, I sort of was hoping Shiva, but I knew from a writing standpoint what's going to happen. Luann said, gotta love Griever trying to figure out the deep hat lore when it's just a towel. Yeah, but it looks weird. Like, there was something dangling from it. Like, like, which page was it? I just want to see. Which page was it where it looked just really weird? Yeah, like right there when he's first revealed on page 6, what's with the shading on a towel? If it's just a towel, what's with the black lines? Like, the towel's wrapped around, then comes out at this point, but they're like black lines. Like, the shading's weird if it's just a towel. It looks like there's something, it looks like it's a piece of headgear with something coming out of it down the side. Like you know, like a Padawan braid or some shit out of it. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't look, no, I've never seen a woman or man ever wear a towel like that in my goddamn life. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. So, anyways. Caden said Apollo's wearing a towel on his head. I mean, you can argue that. I'm saying that the artist sort of fucked up because it doesn't look like that. No one's ever worn a towel on their head like that in their goddamn life. I have many times. You guys see I have hair, right? I don't always wear short hair. So what I'm saying is when I do this, you know, and I've done the women's, you know, wrap the thing and do the whole pull, never looks like that. Just saying. And we have 15 people in here, but only 8 likes. Come on, people, double-digit likes, and then we'll get back to the damn thing. Jay Warrior said, I actually like Apollo so far. Caden said, I know he actually fits the mythological version of himself. Gotta love to hate it. Fair enough. Jay Warrior said, Caden, no fight is going to be a dog walk anymore. Yeah, round 1, which gets all the hate for being the only one to do it. I feel like round 1 is going to be more appreciated at the end, and I'm going to just sit back, y'all are bitches, because none of you liked round 1 other than this cat. I'm the only guy who says round 1 is a way better round than anybody else in their rankings. That's a fact, and somebody's going to come out of somewhere and just be like, yeah, you know, round 1 actually, somebody's going to come up with a video, it's going to get 200,000 views, someone's going to explain why round 1 was actually like so much better. They're gonna get all the praise for saying it, and I'm just gonna be sitting back like, yep, been saying it the whole time, but whatever, you know. But yeah, Caden said, I know that, but I can still wish that it would happen. True. Caden said the only fight in the series so far that could sweep was Thor versus Lu Bu, and everybody shits on that fight for being different, and it's the most brutal in my opinion. It's the most brutal fight. Mutiara Packaging said, just call me MP. My name is too long. Fair enough. I'll call you MP from now on. Thank you for giving me your handle, nickname, however you want to say it. Joseph says, you know what? You're right. I just thought it wouldn't give the human away because I always look at the spoilers and know who's next. I wasn't considering your knowledge. Yeah, I don't look at spoilers. Otherwise, this would be disingenuous. This wouldn't be authentic. You know, it's sort of like if I made a live reaction video and I had already read the chapter and I was just hyping and I was just making funny faces and being like, oh my god, you know, I found out what the One Piece is, you know. If I already knew, it's disingenuous to me. Mark said, so far from this chapter, I like Apollo, at least for the moment. Fair enough. Kane message retracted. Realist Mandela. So when I was looking up stuff for Apollo, once had a boxing match between him and Ares, and Apollo came out on top. Oh, I see. Mark said, yes, I know this is going to be some OG stuff. I'd just like to know how much more is made up and how much is accurate. Fair point. Fair point. Realist Mandela said, I missed round 1. Thank you, Realist Mandela. All right. Finally, since now we've lost all our viewers, we had 15 people and nobody liked it because I was reading the chat. I find that that's the case. I find like when I'm reading the chapter do I get all these views and likes, and when I actually want to respond to you guys, nobody cares. It's like, well, but isn't that the point of a live stream, to interact? It makes me laugh. It really does. Otherwise, I'd just do live reaction videos and just post them. Anyways, all right. So page 10, top of page 10. With the 8th round finished, the score stands 4-4. Of our losses, 3 of those were Poseidon, Heracles, and Hades. Oh, let's see what Apollo has to say here. Huh? The ladies are scared. Pussy, Justice Boy, and Big Bro Hades? Big Brother, Zeus is your dad, you... whatever. Unbelievable. So that's how it is. Such a shame. They must have looked so beautiful as they died. That I wasn't there to see it is such a shame. Yeah, I'm with Ares. I don't like this narcissistic motherfucker. I'm a cocky son bitch, but that's a whole nother... His entire house is made out of mirrors because he only gives a shit about himself. And stone-faced Ares, what? You just wanted to see them die? You don't feel an ounce of sorrow? Sorrow? They all gave their souls to fight, didn't they? Yes. If so, then what is it there to be sorrowful for? Isn't that just simply beautiful? No, I don't agree with it. I thought about it for a minute, and no. He's making a point. He is making a point. But I disagree with it in the end. I do. No, you should be holding a level of sorrow for people you cared about. That's just natural. So, yeah. Well, says Ares. Hermes laughs. Good grief, says Zeus. All right, ladies. Who wants to see me fight so gorgeously and shine to the absolute brightest? The ladies, huh? And he's sitting there, and they're just like, what? And then he just standing there. We do! Yeah, see, once again, the bath is filled with all women. I doubt he's bisexual in this interpretation. But he might be. De Cord mes beautés. I believe that's French. I don't have any idea. As the god of the sun, I must heed to these beautiful cheers, and so I shall go. He says, at least cover up before you go. Alright, so the Valhalla Arena corridor. So we're getting away from this. I'm not sure. I'm not on Team Apollo. Not yet, anyways. He's not hitting me correctly quite yet. He is and he isn't. There's pros and cons to his character. I'm still sitting on the fence. Some of the shit he does or says, I don't like. Some of the shit he says and does, I like. So I'm torn. I have no idea yet if I like Apollo. So let's see. Goal in Brunhilde. Mankind's 4-4 against the gods. They've been putting up a good fight, haven't they? A good fight, says Brunhilde. Such words are not even worth the snot of a worm. If they do not win, all will come to naught. That is how Ragnarok is. And for that reason, I've chosen this man as our next fighter. This place is... I've seen enough of Spartacus, Gladiator, the Fate series. I've seen enough to know what's coming. Brunhilde is trying to pull the same shit she tried with Adam. She's trying for a quick, easy W. Okay, this is going to throw... Okay, now I see what everyone was saying. Everybody was saying goal of Brunhilde was going to be the Volend for Leonidas against Odin. I brought that up at the beginning of the stream without knowing it. Because people said fan theories. And I said, well, there's a lot. You know, there's got to be the sniper fight. Apollo versus Simon. That has to be a fight. Then you have to have Rasputin versus Anubis. The guy who can't die versus the god of death. Then you had Leonidas and Odin in the final round and stuff. Once again, I don't think it's actually getting to the final round. I really don't. I think something's going to happen, and we're going to get all returning characters. Sasuke's going to fight again. Jack's going to fight again. All this shit. Like, I truly believe that. Thor's going to fight again. But there's going to be some big epic shit going down. But, yeah. Okay. All right. Yes, the man who has... buck the call of the gods, the oracles at every turn. Humans, history's mightiest rebel. I mean, technically wasn't that Spartacus? But anyways. History's mightiest rebel. Still think that was Spartacus over Leonidas. But yeah, it is. Right this way, please. What is this place, sister? Since the birth of mankind, thousands of peoples have risen and fallen time and again. Among those peoples, the mightiest and most renowned in all history are these men, the men of Sparta. There we go. There we go. And walking through, oh, what are they doing? Even in death, they never cease their training. That is how the men of Sparta live. See, the Spartans, like, once again, Spartacus was the man, the myth, the legend. I mean, gladiators trained every day, morning till night, and then there was the slave revolt. You had Gannicus and stuff. Seriously, guys, go watch the series Spartacus from, it's not Showcase. Who made it? Stars? Spike? I don't know. Anyways, the Spartacus series, Blood and Sand and all that shit, amazing fucking 4 seasons of a goddamn great show. Even in death and never cease their training. The men of Sparta live like that. And then oh. Alright, this is the man. Reading a book. Smoking a stogie. Let's go. Sorry to keep you waiting, King Leonidas. And this man is dressed in a Hawaiian shirt with a cigar and reading glasses. Standing this man, fuck Apollo, Leonidas about to fucking wreck. If there's going to be another fight that isn't extreme high diff, which has been every fight other than the first half of round 6, which they fucked up by adding Hajun, that was perfect the way it ended. Other than that, every fight has been extreme high diff since round goddamn 1. This is the fight where you do it. This is the fight where you just have Leonidas destroy somebody. Let's go. Team Leonidas. All the goddamn way. For Sparta! Let's go. This man, his beard, his look, the Hawaiian shirt. He's literally a 45-year-old dad right now. Let's go. He's even wearing board shorts. Look at this fucking man. He's the King Leonidas, the real famous one. Walks up, he's just chilling. Mankind's representative for the round 9 of Ragnarok is you. And then he smokes a cigar. Nah, pass. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Alright. Are we about to subvert expectations here where he's like, yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. He just flat out refused. Alright. Is he going to? Is that gonna... It would be funny if literally she went up to him and said, yeah, you're fighting. And he goes, no. And then, like, no, I'm not fighting. Find me a better opponent. Apollo's too weak for mine. Too much weak sauce. Let's go. I would be actually... That would subvert expectations in this chapter alone. Don't matter who fights in the 9th round, does it? If I'm going to be fighting, I better be the opener or the closer. Talking to the fan base right here. They're like, King Leonidas, because everybody said King Leonidas for the end. So the manga's watching. If you guys don't think that mangaka don't go online, you know, incognito and see what people are thinking and saying and watch YouTube videos about their series, you're fucked. Of course they do. They all do. It's not a narcissistic thing to do. It's to find out what the fans expect, what they want, what they like, what they don't like. It literally is what people do with the age of the internet. That is exactly... It's a tool for them to use to figure out what to do right. So, let's see. And don't come back till I am. Jesus. What's his problem? He's got way too big a head. Brunhilde, is that so? How unfortunate. She's holding up a phone or whatever, a picture of Apollo. And here I thought that across all 7 million years of human history, only you could defeat him. Apollo, that is. Oh, wait. Has Leonidas got some grudge against Apollo? But my apologies, huh? Let us head back, goal. Hold it. Oh shit, when you say Apollo, you mean Apollo, god of the sun? Yes, the very same Apollo. He's sure got a real punchable face, huh? That little shithead. They worshipped up in Delphi. Sounds good. You just called a god a shithead. Alright, Leonidas has probably actually met this motherfucker before and just like, yeah, alright, round goddamn two. Look here, little girl. There's 3 things that I like in this world. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, my man. Let's go. 1, a book to read on a hammock. Intelligence, I like it. I love a good book myself. I mean, I have a bookcase. This is all manga for my videos, but I have bookcases of books, guys. I still believe in the physical book. 2, some wine with a side of Spartan cheese. Well, a cheese and wine pairing has gone down for thousands of years, so that actually makes a lot of sense. Personally, I would prefer smoked Gouda with a white wine, but I mean, it is what it is. Though that doesn't look to be a red wine, so... Eh. And 3, punching some uppity fucking shithead gods right in their smug ass teeth, and he crushes his glove. Let's go. This man's got Odin level aura. Odin level aura. Let's go. Not just shitheads, but fucking shitheads. You got a deal. I'll take that bastard out. Oh, he got up. In the name of Sparta. Let's go. This man has got no chill. No chill. Ragnarok round 9. So far, both sides have won 4 matches. And in this crucial match that will tell the tide of the remaining 5, we've got a card that's sure to please God and man alike. Keep your eyes on this one. For thousands of years, fate has brought God and man together, locked in a battle cycle. But at this very moment, all comes to a head. Where do the mightiest people in human history live? No matter who you ask, there can only be one answer. Sparta! These men devoted their whole lives to endless training. They were born for battle and died for battle. But what was their aim? Triumph? Glory? Nay, nay, nay! Legends tell the battle of the Mughals in 480 BC, where a mere 300 of them stood against the army of 1,000,000 Persians. So to speak, never give up. Never surrender. That's written in the blood of every single Spartan. And this man won't bend his knee or bow his head to any god. The mightiest king from the mightiest people. Leonidas. Look at this man. Look at this goddamn man. Team Leonidas, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fucking go. Team Leonidas all the way. And because I'm Team Tesla, guys. I was Team Tesla. But I knew Tesla. But even being Team Tesla, Tesla had to lose. Tesla had to lose. Otherwise, this fight would go to the gods 100%. No matter who was fighting. Now, it's up in the air. But I know, Leonidas got this. Round 9 going to the humans. It's time for the humans to finally pull ahead. This is where it happens. This is where the humans go 5-4, and they pull ahead of the goddamn gods. And Brunhilde's smart. She tried it once in round 2, but it failed, but it also succeeded in a way. It didn't come out with a W. It did not come out with the W. But what it did do was get Zeus out of the way. It got one of the 2 strongest gods, probably Odin being the other one, out of her goddamn way, even if she took an early L. So, by Zeus being pitched early, just like Adam, both of them sort of showing their hand, playing their joker or their ace, now she had another ace up her sleeve. And it was this motherfucker. And pulling him out early before Odin gets a chance to pinch hit. Yeah, alright. And it's hilarious because Leonidas is not dressed in traditional Spartan garb, but looks like the American fucking... It looks like solid fucking Snake, alright? Let's be real. Looks like, what's his name from Street Fighter? With the hair. What is his name? Begins with a G. Anyways, doesn't matter. Just looking like this absolute military boss. Looks like a member... Like, if you... Sylvester Stallone would hire this guy for Expendables 4. Let's be real. You know? Alright, let's goddamn go. Let's goddamn go. Alright. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I really got to take a leak. And my frizzy-ass hair is just looking as frizzy as always. Because as I said, I got out of the shower, wake my ass up, and now I look like an absolute tool, but that's fine. It's late enough. Nobody's going to watch the VOD. Actually, a lot of people watch these VODs. It's weird. But anyways, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to just take a leak. I already have fresh beer and everything, so it's just quick leak, and then I'll be right back. We'll catch up with the chat, because I've read quite a few pages, and then we'll jump back to the chapter. So, I'll be right back. I'll do the little intermission thing. Yeah. No, that's not it. Where's my intermission thing? There we go. Okay, wow, I'm back. Alright, with all my... Man, I need to learn what a fucking comb is. Can we just admit that? Like, I gotta learn how to brush my hair. Anyways, alright, is everything, the mic is back on? Yeah, the camera's back on. Alright, so let's catch up with this bullshit. So, let's see. So, boom. Where were we? Let's see, Mark, I believe someone, I was looking up stuff for Apollo boxing match and missed round 1. Alright, here we go. Caden said, in all honesty, if Lubu would have dodged that one attack, the fight would have lasted longer. Exactly, but that wouldn't have been within character. They were literally, there was no dodging with those two. They just wanted to fight. Joseph said, I'm not the only one who noticed that the art from chapter 1 to current chapter has changed, right? Yeah, I actually kind of, I sort of sometimes prefer the early work in a weird way. Mark said, one of the best moments from round 1 was Thor saying, human, no, Lubu, don't die. Right? He finally met a challenge. Everyone saying that was low diff is out of their goddamn minds. Thor has never had to go all out in his goddamn life. He finally actually had to, not maybe go all out, but actually had to try for the first time in his life. And it was over too soon for him. And he was like, no. I want to keep fighting your ass. You were the only one that actually gave me a fight. It was emotional ass shit. Realist Medell said, yeah, but Lubu wanted to meet the attacking match with the strengths. Exactly. And Mark said, and the Thor smile. I mean, there was so much to love about that round. It's short, sweet, to the point, the most brutal. Got some of the most emotion before that. Because round 2 did great on the emotion. Round 3, not so much on the emotion side. I'm not going to lie. Because Poseidon waters that down. Pun intended. Round 4, obviously the best round. But then after that, like, I'm sorry. Round 1's better than round 5. It's better than round 6. It just is. It's definitely better than round 7. Round 1 is better than 5, 6, and 7. Easily. BSC. MP says Apollo is delusional. Yeah, a little bit. Kane said, I told you that's why I don't like Apollo. Bitch too cocky. I understood it with Poseidon. It makes sense with him, but Apollo, there's absolutely no reason he's this cocky. That is true. He's a narcissist. So Ares was right. He's a narcissistic pretty boy. Kane said, this version of Apollo reminds me a lot of Aphrodite. Fair. Luan said, Hades had the thing where he was called Big Bro by every Greek god, regardless of how much sense it makes. I guess so. Joseph said, people have been comparing Apollo to Poseidon. What do you say about that comparison? I agree with it. Yeah, he's a more animated Poseidon. He's a narcissistic prick who thinks that he's literally sunshine probably because the sun god, that sunshine shoots out of his farts or his asshole. You know what I mean? Like in this series, I mean, yeah, it's a good comparison. I absolutely see it. Reels Mandel said, Poseidon being turned into sushi, I'm not sure that's beautiful for Apollo standards. Have to wait and see. Kane said, Poseidon's cockiness makes sense. He's one of the top 3 strongest Greek gods. Apollo's cockiness makes absolutely no sense. I won't say it makes absolutely no sense, but for him to be this cocky after hearing that Hades and Poseidon both died, and of course, the greatest god of them all, Heracles, our man, he should be a little more humble. Mark, message retracted. Miss Content is in here. Hey, Miss. Says, time for the man. The man! Leonidas! Kane said, right, the one, the only main man. Leonidas is that guy, man. Leonidas is that guy. Rainey said, isn't Apollo a part of the 12 gods of Olympus? Besides being a god means being cocky makes a lot of sense. Yeah, but the 12 gods of Olympus, some of them are sons and daughters, not the original 6. The original 6 from Kronos have a better claim. Luann said he got to the room. Mark said, okay, people, let's get it out of our system now. This is Sparta! There. The realist Medell says, I'm losing so many viewers by actually catching up with the chat. I don't know what you people want from me. Like, do you want me to ever read the chat, or do you want me to react to the whole chapter, spend 2 hours reacting to the chapter, then have to spend another 2 hours catching up to everything where nothing makes sense anymore? That doesn't make a lot of perfect nonsense to me. So, I don't know. The realist Medell said the finest warriors the world has ever known. Kane said, Dionysus is one of the 12 Olympians, but he's not a fighter. You can be in the 12 without being the strongest of all the gods. This is true. Kane said they'll minor gods that can fight on par with some of the 12 Olympians. This is also true. Rainey said, never expected Leonidas this early. Me neither, but it's a welcome sight. I guess I just bought into all the theories that said Leonidas would be the final fighter. Everybody did. Everybody did. I wasn't convinced that it was going to be Odin. I thought Odin would actually go first. I thought Leonidas would be the final fighter. I mean, I basically what I'm saying is I thought that Brunhilde or Goal being the Volan for Leonidas and then them fighting Odin was just too much of a build-up that it was going to be wrong in some way. I didn't know it would be this way. So I won't say that I called this or anything like that, but yeah. I like it. Joseph said, this is blasphemy. This is madness. Now someone else finished the line. Caden said, the man, the myth, the legend, King Leonidas himself enters the ring. Joseph said, the line from 300, I mean. Mark said, so now I think who's going to fight Odin is Nostradamus since they're hyping him up a lot. That's not bad. Or the man who can't be killed, Rasputin. If we're going to go against, Actually, Okita. Nah, Loki versus Okita still works. Kane said, I have to admit they made the Spartans huge as fuck. Well, they were fucking huge back in the day. MP said, Edward Wu, is that you? No. We're not going down that road with that fucking loser. We're not doing that. This man is Jinbei from One Piece. Man, there's so many Hawaiian shirt people. This is, what's his name from Beelzebub? This is the man from, what is the master's name? From History's Strongest Disciple. He wore a Hawaiian shirt. Literally, all the most badass characters wear Hawaiian shirts, okay? I can see Kenpachi wear a Hawaiian shirt, alright? No, it's not Edward Wu. We're not going down that road. Granted, Edward Wu was strong as fuck, but still. Irene said, after his death, the man decided to relax in a Hawaiian shirt. Leonidas got my vote already. Exactly. This man literally, all he needed was some man sandals. He's got his khakis on. He's got his Hawaiian shirt. This dude was rocking a 45-year-old dad with teenagers look. All right? The man was... Dude, I've been dressing like that for 15 goddamn years. And when I hit 45, I hope to look as manly as that motherfucker. MP said, Escanor, is that you? There we go. Now we're talking. Fuck Edward Wu. This motherfucker came in when our main characters have been guys like Adam and Heracles and Jack and stuff like that. Like, we've had some great main characters, right? But no, this man came in just like at the 11th hour like Escanor. Instantly became everybody's face. Like, oh, well, who's the main character? Elizabeth, Meliodas, or Bond? No. Fuck all that. Lion, sin of pride, motherfucker. Showing up like the goddamn... Literally to fight the sun. And who can fight the sun? The Lion, sin of pride. King Leonidas. Let's go. Yeah, Escanor's the better comparison. I love it. Let's go. Escanor. Let's go. King Leonidas D. Escanor is about to throw down. Caden said, Nostradamus is most likely going to fight Odin. I can see it. Or it might even be the White Death either. That'll be a good fight. Mark says, retired old Dutch from Predator. Yeah, retired old Dutch from Predator. I like it. Yeah. Jay Warrior said, Caden in the context of the series, Apollo's at least top 5 in the Greek group of gods and one of the top gods in all of heaven. Yeah, that's true. Apollo is actually pretty strong. He's on the vanguard for anything. I know that he wouldn't be in the arena otherwise, says Caden. Realist Medell said, I like to think Lubu and Leonidas would arm wrestle for the first round. That would be hilarious. That would have been awesome. I want to see like a little just like one page of them like, doing that. Joseph said, I think Nostradamus is more suited for a final fight. Maybe. Kane said, actually, I think they probably just flipped a coin. Mark said, God damn it, if I want my boy Leonidas to win, please, you already took Tesla from me. Yeah, but Mark, as we've already talked about, Tesla had to lose so that this round could be up in the air. Since it's up in the air, let's all vote. Let's all talk about being King Leonidas D. Escanor and his greatness. And his Hawaiian shirt of greatness. Fuck it. I am wearing a Hawaiian shirt every stream. Every stream for... You know what? Fuck it. There we go. There we go. We're wearing a Hawaiian goddamn shirt. And this shit is actually, I think it is from Hawaii. I don't know. It's a 100-year-old shirt. It's my grandfather's shirt. But we are wearing a Hawaiian shirt for every stream that features Leonidas. For this entire round of round 9 where Leonidas is going to fight, we are representing with the Hawaiian shirt. We are representing. I ain't reading a chapter without this goddamn shirt on. Let's goddamn go. Let's goddamn go. J Warrior said, I'm answering to why Apollo is so cocky. Yeah, I mean, he is a cocky son of a bitch. Man, I'm so behind. I'm so behind here. Holy shit. Holy shit. Let's see. It's what Joseph said. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first fight where both fighters are of the same country. Apollo's a god. How is he from the same country? What are you talking about? He said, I believe so. What? Apollo's from Sparta? Oh, you mean from Greece? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Now I see what you're saying. Yeah. The mythology is from there. Oh, okay. Caden said, they already hold us on Adam and Tesla. They have to give the W to King Leonidas. I know they helped all the Greek gods except Zeus, but Apollo needs to be 6 feet under. Yeah, I'm in agreement. Joseph said, since this fight destroyed so many theories, it makes you wonder who will really fight each other. Like, will Rasputin still fight Anubis? That's the popular theory, and I still hold to it. It could happen, but Okita versus Loki is more likely. I think that Rasputin's going to fight someone else at this point. Since we pulled out Leonidas this early, Rasputin might fight Odin. Caden said, as soon as King Leonidas heard Apollo's name, demon mode immediately activated. Bro wants all the smoke with Apollo. Rainey says, when I first saw the look in his outfit, the leaks, I thought it was lame, but after some time, I've grown to like it. You gotta respect the Hawaiian-ness of this 45-year-old dad, King Leonidas D. Escanor of the Hawaiian Shirt Clan. For all middle-aged dads everywhere. Let's go. Realist Medell said, also Miss might get his matchup with Simon versus Anubis. Oh, was that one of his? All right. Mark said, who the hell is Simon going to fight then? I have no idea. I really don't know. You guys are all very invested in the White Death. I never was, so, MP says, Guile. Oh, Guile. That's right, Guile. Kane said, Odin would make sense for him. Yeah. MP said, Guile Street Fighter. Mark said, Captain Sparta. Rainey said, I like the fact that out of the spear and shield, Leonidas' Volant is the shield. A little spoiler-esque. I didn't know that yet, but okay. Kane said, the reason why I would say that is because Odin is said to never mess with his spear, while Simon is known for almost never missing his shots, and this is the best sniper in all of history. Kane said, in all honesty, I think his shield probably turned into a spear. Joseph said, to be honest, the way I feel about Leonidas' design is the same as how some people felt about the Mario movie cast. I mean, a U.S. commando outfit. It's kind of funny because what it is saying that, all right, these were the medieval versions of commandos, the strongest commandos, like Navy SEAL dudes, right? Black Ops motherfuckers, the Expendables. Now, they're basically saying King Leonidas would update and become Sylvester goddamn Stallone from the Expendables. I'm fine with that. That makes sense to me. You know? I mean, you don't have to like it, and I understand why you wouldn't, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Caden said, I actually like King Leonidas' outfit. It actually makes a lot of sense. It would go for modern day military gear. He basically kept learning after his death, kind of like Tesla. Exactly. They were still training even in death. Brunhilde told us that. Just said, though some people have said that they think the same thing with Sasuke and Tesla is happening with Leonidas, that even after death, they continue to hone their skills. That's 100% what happened. Brunhilde literally confirmed that, guys. Like, that's not even a question. If anybody's questioning it, they have, like, very little reading comprehension. Yeah, says the guy who can't say comprehension properly. Caden said, it looks like King Leonidas wants an all that smoke. Yeah. Joseph said, which to me personally sort of makes sense. Jay Warrior said, I think Apollo's going to win to break the curse. No, I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. There's no guarantee. From a writing standpoint, like we've discussed, and I've been right every time, guys. Every time, go back and check. Every time I say from a writing and narrative standpoint, X has to win, it has come true. Because narratively speaking, it has to happen. It has to. And I've been right every time because it has to happen. Round 9 is up in the air. That's what's going to make this round so goddamn exciting. Beelzebub had to win round 8. Because round 9 then would have became the obvious. Now, oh baby, we got some shit going on. Caden said, to be fair, if Zeus didn't stop Shiva, Adam would have dog-walked him. Exactly, and Zeus pinched in. That's why Brunhilde was so pissed. She was pulling out her trump card early to try to have a quick W. Caden said, no, Apollo needs to die. I mean, I hope so. Caden said, the reason why I like its design is because with him worrying, this means he knows about modern-day warfare tactics and fighting styles. It's truly the case. It would be awesome. This is very, very true. Mark says, I don't like very much that we have to have Greeks fighting each other. One of the things that I like about Ragnarok is that we see fighters from different cultures fighting each other. Well, we haven't actually had this yet. To have it happen once is fine. Kane said, yeah, I don't understand why the Greek gods were heavily put on the roster, but it is what it is. Yeah, like, where's Ra? Where's Osiris? That would have been cool. Kane said, probably because Zeus wanted to flaunt the Greek god's strength or something. Probably. Remember, he is king of the cosmos. So said, Griever, have you seen Nux's videos about Record Ragnarok characters? No. He says videos about Jack, Adam, and Shiva, talking about how they're greatly written characters. Jack and Adam are. Shiva, I'll listen to his takes. Nux has a pretty good opinion a lot of the time on certain topics, but I won't hold my breath on Shiva being greatly written. Not at the level of Jack and Adam. And if he doesn't make a Heracles is one of the best written characters video, then his takes on Shiva are going down. Because Heracles is better written than Shiva. That's just a fact. So Mark said, that was a problem I had with the set of round 6. It was cool to see two gods fight, but I didn't like that they were from the same culture. Well, round 6 was fine because their backstories intersected. That round was so goddamn unique. All right, we're not going to get into it because we're still going to get through the chapter. But yeah, round 6 was fine the way it happened. It got fucked up after the whole Hajun and Beelzebub bullshit. Caden said, if King Leonidas does not do the kick of Sparta, I'm going to be so mad. He's definitely going to do the kick of Sparta. Joseph said, do you think they might actually have Leo say, this is Sparta? Maybe. In the middle of the fight, better yet, at the end of the chapter? He could. You never know. Mark said the positive thing with them having from the same culture is that you can have their backstories connect, so the fights had more emotional weight, which, once again, people downplay Zero Fuku. Zero Fuku is one of the most tragic and best written characters in this fucking series, and nobody appreciates him. I'm going to make a fucking Zero Fuku appreciation video, because Buddha's backstory is bullshit. Zero's is awesome. Let's just be real. Joseph said, wow, man got so hyped for Leonidas that he just left to put on a matching shirt. Now that's some dedication. Let's be real. Griever said, I want Leonidas to win, but I also don't want all the Greek gods except for Zeus to lose. I do. I want it. Well, Hades should have won. I'm sorry that there's bubble beam Naruto bullshit worked, and Quinn should have died as well, but whatever. Because of his ability, he's supposed to die, but never mind. That shit, you know. But you do make a good point, Jay Warrior. Joseph said, but I just wish that Leonidas kept his traditional Spartan fighting gear. I mean, it would have been cool, but I kind of like this take. Once again, everything is up for interpretation. It's just fun. Caden said, in all honesty, King Leonidas can be wearing the Spartan uniform underneath the modern day uniform. Yeah, for all we know, in the 11th hour, he's gonna strip down and just have the fucking like the Spartan like leather straps on and be like, yeah. Kane said when he started actually getting serious to take damage to his clothes, he probably wouldn't just rip him off and reveal the OG uniform. That would be cool. Kane said Apollo Greek, Leonidas Greek. Yeah. Luan message retracted. Luan said Team Leo all the way. Even acknowledging that he may die, him wiping that dumb smirk on Apollo's face is bound to be satisfying. Exactly. Hawaiian shirt represent. Joseph said, I mean, some people have theorized that Sakata and Susanoo would fight because Sakata, because they're both Japanese. Yeah. Sasaki, you mean, I think. Kane said Zero is mid. You probably can change my mind on that thing. I sympathize with him in his backstory to a certain extent. This man did everything Buddha did. Buddha was loved for it. He was hated for it. He did everything that humans wanted and was treated like trash. Human beings are trash. He never actually killed anybody. That's the thing. When he became evil, he still resisted to kill a single human fucking person. So, dude, the man was suffering. He's been suffering the whole time. He took all the sins of humanity. He pulled a Buddha. He pulled a Jesus. He pulled all this shit from every religion of, I'm going to wash the humanity of their sins. And nobody put up a church for him. Jesus died for humanity's sins. And there's like 7 billion followers to this day. Buddha does it, and everybody loves him and worships the ground he walks on. Zero Fuku does it, and everyone treated him like trash. That is literally one of the best backstories, one of the flip the coin around thing that I've read in a long ass time. Kate said because he had a hate boner for the same person for 1,000 years or something. No, he didn't have a hate boner for him. He couldn't understand, and we, as people, should understand his point of view. He did everything Buddha did and wasn't a god. Wasn't treated well. Buddha does it and is treated like a god. But he did no wonder. He was jealous, envious, all the negative emotions which humanity caused Zero to feel. Zero never had a hateful bone in his body. He felt it to Buddha because Buddha was basically the representation of everything that he did for humans with no recognition. Like, you imagine if you invent Wi-Fi, you invent Amazon, you invent Apple, you invent cars, something vital, you invent electronicity, and somebody else, nobody appreciates you for it, nobody even helps you, you do it all on your own, you give it away for free, then somebody comes along with no knowledge that you've invented electricity already, comes along, figures it out again, and the world reveres him for it. But you already did it. You already did it before this motherfucker. You invented electricity 100 years before this fucking guy even existed, and nobody cared. This guy comes along, does the exact same thing you did, and now the world is dependent upon it. The world owes you the biggest thank you of all time. would you not hate that man? So you got to look at this shit in context. Zero Fuku is one of the most relatable characters. He actually is the most relatable character in all of Ragnarok. 100%. He's the most relatable. You have never been slighted by a classmate or a coworker in your life. Nobody's ever taken credit, half credit, quarter credit, whatever, for your idea, for your genius. No one's ever tried to put their name on a paper you submitted, that you did all the work on. You never did a class assignment where you did all the work, you did all the research, and then 3 other people in your group put their names on it and got the A. You're not bitter about that? That's literally this on the grandest scale possible. On a global scale, this is the homework assignment that's a group assignment that the nerd does all the work, all the research, gets all the jocks an A. And the jocks get credit for it. That's what this is. This is a global scale bullshit. That's why it's amazing. That's why Zero Fuku is an amazing character. He's the most relatable, and he deserved a happy ending that he didn't get. That's also what makes it tragic. It's epic. Zero Fuku is awesome. Zero Fuku is the second best written character in Ragnarok. It goes Jack, Zero, Heracles. That's the top 3. Nobody's better written than those 3. Not yet, anyways. Not yet. Kane said, you basically talk about Tesla because a lot of the stuff was stolen from him. Technically, he's the creator of the radio. True, I am. However, in this version of Ragnarok, he didn't give a shit about that. He was never bitter about that. We got a totally different Tesla. I'm not talking real world. You're talking real world. I'm talking about in-universe. In-universe Tesla had no problem and was appreciated after life. Look at all the people, Thomas Edison and all the guys working for him. Because he was the one chosen as the sorcerer of mankind, right? Joseph said, yeah, Zero Fuku really is a greatly written tragic character, but I have to thank Griever for explaining Zero's character, otherwise I would still be thinking that it happened to Zero was his own fault. It was not his own fault. It was humanity's fault. It wasn't Buddha's fault. That's the key. It wasn't Buddha's fault. It was humanity's fault, but Zero Fuku had to direct his anger somewhere, and because he loved humanity so much, he couldn't ever bring himself to hate him, so he used Buddha as his vocal point of his jealousy and his hate. His jealousy and envious was well deserved, but there's a third party involved, which is humankind. That is the enemy. And Buddha was just the face of the enemy. It wasn't about Buddha. It was about what humanity did to Zero or didn't do for Zero that they did for Buddha. That was the difference. Joseph said, but because Zero's past was tragic doesn't make Buddha as an evil villain. No, it does not make Buddha evil. Once again, it was misplaced anger because Zero Fuku can't bring himself. Remember, when he went all evil for him in his backstory at the end, he was going to kill that human woman, and he couldn't do it. He never actually took a human life, even when he went full-blown destroyer of all sins and all this shit. He still couldn't hurt a human. So he had to find a vocal point for his anger. It was misplaced anger, but it was directed at Buddha. That's all it was. It was misplaced anger because he loved too much. You guys got to read more or something. I don't know. It was obvious to me all this time. Zeros are great. Anyways, we really got to get through this because we still got, holy shit, we still got like 20 fucking pages to read. We're an hour, fucking Jesus. All right, let's go. So Leonidas, page 38. Let's go. So he's still smoking his stogie, looking like a boss, got his hair tied back, and the Spartans are going nuts. And now, facing off against Sparta's mightiest king, Leonidas on the god side, is him. Of course, he's coming out shining like Amaterasu or whatever, which ironically, another sun deity, so This dazzling light. Finally his turn, huh? I've been waiting for him. How does this god give us such a dazzling light? How is it? I feel like Leonidas knows that this guy is not. He's more like a devil than a light god and stuff. So he's pissed off. How is it that the gods adore him so much? Is it because of his silver bow and arrow, which slew the legendary serpent Python? Is it because of the enchanting melodies which he brought forth on the lyre? Nay, nay, nay! It is because of his overwhelming strength and beauty. There he is, coming forth. Yeah, actually, he sort of looks like, he's sort of dressed like Amaterasu from Japanese mythology as the sun goddess, the first reigning empress or whatever. Both God and man have honored, spelt wrong, this beautiful god of the sun, who illuminates this whole heaven by calling him Phoebus. Phobos? Phoebus? Okay. Paul! Lo! Apollo appears. Let's go. And he's got some type of gauntlet thing on. His outfit looks kind of cool. Okay, all the girls are going nuts. Apollo! And he's just like listening in like, whoa, come on, Leonidas and stuff. And alright, so they're all like chanting and stuff. Alright, they're facing down. Alright, look at this. Look at this. Alright, so you got the girls cheering from one side, you get the men cheering from the other. Leonidas looking like he's ready for war. Apollo thinking this is going to be easy. Let's go. And there's still so many pages. We're actually going to see the first... Alright, please tell me Leonidas fucking kicks his fucking ass and like... Let's go. So they're facing off. Heimdall... Fight! Oh, before it even ends, slam the foot. Leonidas rushes forth with just a shield, sucking on his cigar. What's he holding in his hand? And he sucks in the whole thing. He leaped forward, jumped up to Apollo, and fight! And slammed his shield arm down on Apollo. Apollo's obviously dodged. Wait a... Was that a false start? No. He simply attacked at the exact same time as the command to begin. Yeah, because he's King Leonidas. And Apollo dodged. Sigh, how unsightly. A cowardly, brute force surprise attack, because you cannot even stay put. How very animalistic. And how very like you humans. Oh, he's still... Is he gonna breathe fire? Like, because he sucked in that whole cigar. His cheeks still... You dare to show me such irrelevance, insolence, discourtesy, and arrogance. Oh, he just let all that fucking smoke out of his mouth. Same as ever, I see. You little shitty sun god. Oh, let's go. Same as ever. Have I met you somewhere before? And shitty, such an uncommonly word. You don't mean to call me that, do you? I'm surprised you didn't say moi. Alright, fuck Apollo, man. Fuck Apollo. Arrogant fucking Poseidon wannabe. Poseidon wasn't even a good character. So Apollo's just like a... Yeah, he's Poseidon again. Just being more... Oh, I'm Draco Malfoy. Potter. Weasleys. Ugh. Scared Potter. Pure bloods, mud bloods, meh. He's literally, yeah, fuck Apollo, man. Though if you do, you're courting divine judgment. Can't friggin' stand you. Not then, and not now. He's clearly used to him. Alright, what is he pulling out? Oh, another cigar. Look here. I hate you more than anything in the whole world, shithead. Oh, damn. And that is the end of the chapter, but we have a little detail thing. Don't get it wrong. I'm not picking this back up or attention to whoring or anything. I just lost a bet on who'd be fighting this round. I might go back and translate the bonus chapters the actual group didn't even touch, though. Oh, Demi! Oh, a message from Demi. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, Demi was... Demi had enough. Well, I mean, let's be real. That was a goddamn chapter. Let's be real. That was a... Whew. God damn it. That was a chapter, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Yep, indeedy. Let's catch up with the chat. This stream went way longer than I wanted it to. I was hoping to finish it in like an hour. Now it's over an hour and a half. Let's see. MP said the reason why people like Joker, Jack the Ripper, Joanne, Thanos, and like Yagami is because human behavior is more like them than Captain America, Dr. Tenman, Heracles, or Tesla. It's true. It's more, yeah. As the Joker always said, all it takes is one really bad day to turn out just like him, and he's not wrong. He's never been wrong. Joseph said, can we all agree that Apollo's design is beautiful and greatly detailed? It is beautiful and greatly detailed. And I want that fucker to be punched in the goddamn face. Kane said, are we not going to forget that Buddha pretended to not know who Zero was at the beginning of the fight while kicking him dead in the chest? Oh yeah, Buddha's is still a piece of shit for that. MP said, even though the author is telling us to strive like Heracles, but people find Jack more relatable because people whose personality like Heracles or Captain America is probably 1% of the population. But also remember that Heracles brought up humans are terrible people. Humans are awful. He just still loves them and doesn't want to see them all genocide. He's not for that. Doing the right thing, doing the honorable thing, isn't about doing... It isn't about believing that there's not things wrong with the group you're fighting for. It's not about that. Like, it's hard to explain. It is. Better people than me have explained it far better than I ever could here on a stream. And all I would be doing is reciting what they said. Movie lines, books, philosophers, that kind of idea. But, yeah. It's just that Heracles knows there's faults with humankind. But to commit genocide upon them for their faults doesn't sit... That's still evil to him. That's still wrong. So he fights against it. Even though he knows the reasons behind it are not necessarily just, but they're not wrong either. He realizes that he'll commit something more wrong by going along with it. Right? So I find Heracles incredibly relatable. Because Heracles recognizes humankinds are flawed and broken. In more ways than one. But at the end of the day... And remember, he could have killed Jack. Anybody who doesn't think so, get out of here. But he could have. He chose to hug him instead. He could have gone for a draw. And then, because then he says, did you take a look? Did it change my color? And he has completely changed Jack for the rest. Jack did a completely 180 and questioned his entire life where he never had before. Now he's questioned everything because Heracles chose not to kill him, but to save him. Heracles is incredibly relatable, incredibly heroic. Though I do agree that some people find the villains or the gray villains like Thanos and stuff more relatable. But Joseph said, you know who else Apollo is like that an A-class hero from One Punch Man? Handsome Kami Mask. Oh yeah, piece of shit. I think that's his name. Hopefully you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Sweet Mask. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Caden said, you got to admit, King Leonidas got some strong-ass lungs to fully smoke a cigar in one breath. That dude's lungs are amazing. Let's be real. That dude is beating Poseidon in a swimming contest with lungs like that. But yeah. So, final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be ending the stream in 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all I'm going to give because I am fucking exhausted. I still have a couple of small things to do. And, yeah. And this stream went way longer than I intended. Well, not way longer, but about a good 25 minutes longer than I wanted it to. So, any final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? We never did get to 10 likes, even though at some points we had 15, 16, even 17 viewers in here. Apparently people don't like King Leonidas. They don't like the Hawaiian shirts. I don't know what's wrong with them. But yeah, so from here on, we're only wearing this shirt till the end of the round. Every single time we do a stream, we got to represent. We have to represent King Leonidas with the shirt. There's just no other way. Kane said Apollo is very a definition of a pretty boy and the cockiness that comes with being one. Yeah, he's pretty much the rich kid. He's the rich boy who's good looking, who has always gotten his way. Mark said, I just discovered today that the author of Food Wars has a new manga called Temaku Cinema. I'm pointing it out because you reviewed Food Wars. Thank you very much. I'm actually going to copy that so I don't forget it, so I'll leave it in my Google search. I'm just going to quickly open a new tab and paste that. Temaku Cinema. It's on Viz. Oh, shit, I can read it. How many chapters so far? Oh, it just started. It just started like a month ago. Okay, awesome. Alright, well, cool. I'm going to keep that tab open so I remember, but thank you very much, Mark, for letting me know. Even if I don't review it, I might review it, though. But if I don't review it, I'll definitely be reading it and catching up with it, because I love Food Wars art style. I loved Food Wars. I love the characters and stuff, and assuming that they can... maybe it was the love of food that kept me going with that one, but I do love their art style. I really do. It's better than, for me, it's better than My Hero Academia, Black Clover and stuff. To me, it's all about the character models. It's not about who's the better artist and who has the more dynamic art style, the better shading, the better this, the better that. It's about the style to me. It's all about the style. So, like, Black Clover isn't my style. Naruto isn't my style. Fucking My Hero Academia ain't my style. Dr. Stone is my style. Bleach is my style. Food Wars is my style. So you can go with Berserk and fucking One Punch Man and all these art that clearly blow these out of the water. I prefer, if I had to wake up tomorrow and draw like somebody, I would prefer to draw like one of the former three. I'd rather draw like Kubo than draw like Murata. Any day of the week. Because I think Ichigo looks cooler than anybody from One Punch Man. I think Kenpachi looks cooler. I think Soma, Shokugeki no Soma, I think their characters look cleaner, better, and cooler. But that's just personal preference. It's got nothing to do with artistic talent. Murata is obviously the better artist. But I don't really like his style as much. So, that's what it boils down to, But thank you very much for letting me know that there's a new manga out by an artist and mangaka that I really like. Joseph said, can the Injustice story also be brought in when talking about honorable things, like you said, so to Heracles? Yeah, sure. Realist Medell said many people didn't like his design at first. I'm fine with it. I understand why people aren't. I understand that people wanted the classic, but once again, we've been subverting expectations this whole time. Do you think I'm happy that my boy Heracles got nerfed with a totally bullshit OG backstory and got nerfed with his powers? Do you think I'm happy about that? No, but we just have to accept it and move on. People didn't like Buddha's design at first. I always fucking loved it. Mark said, yes, this chapter was good and I hope the fight is great. Me too. I'm hoping this fight's going to just be awesome. Kane said, his design kind of reminds me of Buddha's design when he was first introduced and multiple people didn't like it. And after some time, they started to love it. I think when people fall in love with the character, the design, like, if I show you a picture and you're like, nah, that design's not cool. Then you read like 5 chapters of that character and that character is adorable and you love them. then you get past it and you sort of like, oh yeah, but that's just Buddha. That's just character A. You know what I mean? So, Kane said, All Might is going to die like a G. He wants all the smoke before he goes out. I mean, good for him, man. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching on this Saturday night. Mark said, I like Food Wars, but I think it went slowly downhill halfway. It went downhill after the Regime de Cuisine, when they did the final fight, basically. The whole ladder arc was bad. I own the whole series. It wasn't halfway. It was, when was it? I can actually tell you. Hold on. I think it was volume 31 is where it happened, is it? Okay, so yeah. So basically, volumes 1 to 30 were pretty fucking good. That should have been the end of the story. It's volumes 31 to 36, which are quite thicker. That's when the series definitely took a downturn. You can argue that there were problems leading up to the previous arc, but Food Wars was really good, I think, for the most part, you know. MP said, before there were Heracles, all ginger to me are the enemy. Really? No redheads for you. Feel like there's another redhead that I'm trying to think of. What about Shanks? What about motherfucking Shanks? Anyways, Caden said, did you see the trailer for the new Mortal Kombat game? No, I did not. Anyways, guys, seriously, that's the end of it. All right. Like, comment, and subscribe. As always, Mark said that's why I like a lot of this fighting series. I would like to draw like Daramero from Kengan. Me too. There's an art style I love too. Love it way more than My Hero Academia, Murata, Black Clover, all those Jujutsu. Like, I would not want to draw like Gege. I don't really like Jujutsu Kaisen's art style. It's okay. I don't love it. You know. MP says, I hate ginger. But it's such a good flavor profile. You know, you have to have your ginger to cleanse your palate for sushi. And what's wrong with fucking ginger? You use ginger root in so many cooking recipes. MP, you know, it's squirrely. Anyways, alright. So, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys back here next time. And Chapter 79 about to be fire. Hawaiian shirt represent. When you're in my stream, if you own a Hawaiian shirt, definitely wear it for the next stream. Show the support for King Leonidas D. Escanor. Hawaiian shirt represent. Alright, that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to everyone who was in the chat. You're all awesome. You're amazing. You kept this stream alive like crazy on a Saturday night. I'm glad you're here. I'm sure there's so many other people you could be watching right now on Twitch and YouTube and stuff, but you chose to stay here with me. You know, thank you very much. Just thank you. So yeah, just being a small-time YouTuber, I feel the need to, you know, say, hey, you could have been with the guys that are way more popular and way more, you know, more fun than me. But yeah. So anyways, thanks so much. And we'll definitely see you guys back next time for Chapter 79. I got to make some more Record of Ragnarok content. But we're also going to be reviewing when Season 2 Part 2 comes out. We're going to be reviewing the episodes like we always have. So there will be Record of Ragnarok content this summer. So stay tuned for that. See you guys back here next time. Have a good one, everybody. Have a good weekend. Sayonara.